We have three bills that are listed on our agenda, and we will go to the second bill provided. That's Senate Bill number 2356, Uncontrolled Substances Act, Revised Schedule 1. This bill comes to us at the recommendation of the State Board of Health. Each year, they have the responsibility of reviewing regulations that have come out of the federal government, and then we are charged with the responsibility of conforming our schedules to comply with federal regulations. We have Dr. Edney here. I'm not sure if he has any additional comments. If you would like to make some, you're welcome to. You're welcome. Are there any questions regarding the bill? There are about, I think, 9 fentanyl derivatives that have been added to the schedule. I think 3 opioids and a couple of other substances, but they're all recommendations. If there are no questions, is there a motion?
Title sufficient to pass, Madam Chair.
What's been moved, title sufficient to pass? Are you ready to vote? All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That bill will be reviewed. Senate Bill 2354, recreationally used or abused substances, create a screening program for that, those drugs within the Department of Health. This bill has come at the recommendation of our medical providers. And I think we're all aware that in some instances, substances are being sold in convenience stores. There has been no screening process for those companies. And I brought the bill before the committee to review. I mean, that's really basically it in a nutshell. The State Department of Health will have the responsibility of developing the regulations to review those products. And if they are denied, then they will no longer take the bill to the state. Are there any questions?
What things would be included in this?
Any substance that has potential use on recreational level, or I would say also that that's not even cleared by the FDA or reviewed by the.
So I guess I'm asking, would this include like hemp products? Is that what we're regulating here? Like, I'm trying to figure out what we're.
No. Not necessarily, that's how it is a general concept.
And I get it, Madam Chairwoman, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I'm trying to get in my mind, like, what would be something on the shelf that would go through the screening process?
Right. One potential answer.
Okay, I mean, honestly, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I was just trying to figure that thing out.
I'm not being adversarial in my response.
I know, I got it. So, and so that's one of the things, but I mean, I'm guessing that would fall under the same category as hemp products or whatever, those things that are sold on the market. And this was basically, I guess, things that there are potential uses for that could be good, but it would give a screening process so that people who are having these things are good. And I'm asking these questions because I think I support this 100%. There are a lot of bills out here that are banning these things and scheduling these things that I don't so much support, but I believe in having these things safe. And so I really love this concept. I just wanted to see what fall under it. So thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Welcome. And I would say that had this been in place when we scheduled tianeptine, perhaps that could have been evaluated and somehow denied or whatever the case may have been based on the recommendation. Since the State Department of Health is here, I'm not sure if they have any comments they would like to add. I think it's been reviewed and I'm not aware of any opposition that they have, but certainly you're welcome to provide it if you do. Thank you, Dr. Edney. And I would say that when I reviewed the bill, I thought, and this has also been in consultation with the attorney for the committee, that there are possibly some tweaks that could be made, such as if there's a denial from the State Board of Health, allowing for judicial review of that decision, determining what penalties, if any, would apply. And so in light of those comments, I do think it would be good for us to have a reverse repealer. And I would ask if a senator would make that motion.
Madam Chair, I move that I'd like to amend the bill by adding a reverse repealer.
Heard the motion. All in favor? Opposed? We will consider the bill amended.
I have one more question, Madam Chair. I do know we strap the health department with a lot, and I don't see it in here just as a quick view. But I guess when they promulgate the rules, they have what are there any fees or things collected here? I know you just talked about I guess fees for a bad actor, but I'm saying in general fees for the testing and the screening, or would they have the option to do that, or how is that going to work out?
I would say, and certainly Dr. Edney could add his comments, but I think that that would be part of what should be considered as the bill moves forward. There would be, I would imagine, application calls, et cetera. And if there are violations, penalties. Are there any other, Senator Sparks?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. A couple of things going back to Senator Hickman's question. Section 2B kind of states out the purpose, which it does name some particular items over the counter. And since there's a reverse repealer in it, I'll keep it very brief. But I didn't hear of a financial ask, and I don't think the Department of Health is going to be able to run a program of this magnitude because all the commentary around some of the substances that frequently get brought before this legislature is that we're having to determine whether something's over 0.03% THC or in a kratom situation. I don't know if there'll be some guidelines. And then it's being tested for all the things that are unknown in these products. And let me just go ahead and say, I don't think you should shop for your medicine at the convenience store. Now, that's a personal opinion. But on the flip side, this is the ongoing debate. I don't want the health department deciding how big my Coca-Cola is because that's not good for me either. I did run up the stairs, though. I'd like to report that to the health department. But when we say any product, I certainly don't want to get into the candy aisle or into the beverage aisle unless they start putting THC in beverages. So this thing is kind of ongoing. I just want to make sure from a magnitude standpoint, there's a department within the department that's going to be very expensive to run. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Welcome, and thank you for those comments. And I think part of our responsibility is to turn out the best product that we can. I don't know if a delayed implementation would be effective to allow the health department to promulgate some rules and submit for our review. But I would like to see this move forward, just in light of a lot of the community issues.
Madam Chairman, thank you first of all, for bringing this bill, because this is an issue that we've grappled with and not really knowing how to address it for a long time. I will say that I sat in the law enforcement meeting in early of December, and one of their greatest concerns was what the convenience store drugs. And so and then the testing for them at a local level to be able to test these drugs when there is an adverse reaction and it is adverse situation is very expensive. It's very costly, and labs to run all the testing is very difficult for them. But in the drug issue, one of them told me it is their kind of greatest issue right now is convenience store drugs because they're so readily available, and the harm to our youth is pretty substantial. So thank you for bringing forth this drug. I appreciate the reverse repealer. I know we've got some things to work out, but I think it is a great piece of legislation you brought to us to move forward.
So are there any other questions or any other discussion on this bill? Is there a motion? Been moved, title sufficient, do pass, committee sub, all in favor? Opposed? That bill will be reported. Move the rise and report.